Okay. Did the song sound as weird to you as it did to me, Jen? Did you hear it? It sounded normal because it didn't play right. I good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be across this beautiful blue green globe of ours. Welcome to Real News Live. It's a Tell the Truth Wednesday. I'm your host, Mike Barra, live in Las Vegas, Nevada. Joined as I always am at this time of day and on this particular Wednesday by my co-host, the lovely lady with the lustrous hair, Jennifer Fallaw in Hayden, Idaho. Okay, I'm not sure if it plays weird. I'm just going to tell you guys that what happens is when we go live, what I do is then I go into Rumble once the stream goes live, and then I copy that stream and put it in the Telegram room. So everybody on Mike Barrett chat can get over and watch the show. And we then, like Jen just did, Jen just put in her Telegram room. She just put the Rumble. And then what we do is come on in and wait for people to get here. So while we're waiting for that, let's go ahead and do our advertising stuff for the day. And just to remind everybody that all of these streams, or pretty much all of them, are copied over. Oh, no, you're going to complain about the CBD gurus up there. Is this better, Jen?
It is.
Is it better?
It's right in your face.
Right.
Do you feel it?
No, I don't feel anything. Get over to MikeBarrett.blogspot.com where you can keep track of all of the shows that we do. You can pick up my books. You can see interviews I've done with other people in the UFO community. You can see videos I've created about UFO sightings, like the Calvine UFO photo, which is actually the tip peak of Farragon Hill in Scotland. Interviews with people like Marina Sarin and others, and stuff like the weekly forecast that I do with Mel Carmine, Laura Eisenhower, and Elisa. They're awesome people. That's fun. That's sort of a roundup. And then we have Toxically Masculine Tuesday, which I haven't put up there yet. So I got to get Toxically Masculine Tuesday and today's show up there before the cleaners get here. So MikeBarrett.blogspot.com. Also, please do not forget to visit our wonderful sponsors, the CBD Gurus, over at the CBDGurus.com, where Matt and Lucas provide all sorts of awesome CBD-based products for your health, your relaxation, all kinds of cool stuff. You can pick it up by going to the wholesale tab, slide down to Mike B Wholesale, type in the discount code ALIEN, no capital A, no S, just Alien, ALIEN, all lowercase. You can get this week's specials along with some currency or even another 5% discount if you key in the code MarkZ5, and you can get all kinds of cool stuff. Let's see what's on sale this week. The sleep gummies, those are wonderful if you have sleeping issues. I have sleeping issues. I woke up about 3 in the morning and my shoulder was killing me and I couldn't really get back to sleep, so I dozed until about 5. Then I just got up and started playing Panzer Corps 2. We've got the super full spectrum oils, the gummies, the Delta 8 gummies, and the X-Freeze roll-on. That stuff is awesome. I can highly recommend it. CBDGurus.com. Please also don't forget to visit the other wonderful sponsors we have, the folks over at MikeBarrettPets.com, where you can get all kinds of mushroom-based holistic supplements for your fur babies, your dogs, your cats, your horses, your donkeys. Henry the donkey right now could use some of these. We should send some mush ponies over to Henry the donkey. If you follow Henry and Mike Barrett chat, he got into a tussle with some sort of animal like a coyote or something and fought him off. He's a donkey. He defended his cows. Good for Henry. He is a good boy. If you hit the shop now button, you can slide in there. I've got Barkley on the Mojos and the Mush Puppies. Barkley's energy is off the scale high. We've got the special sauce for dogs and cats. We've got the pet balm. Mush ponies for the horses. Chill Doggies is a new product. If you have a dog with anxiety issues, give them a Chill Doggy before you walk out the door. and he will be calm. I watched Barkley the other night when I was out of the concert, and Barkley was calm. And then you have the Enforce line of mushroom-based holistic remedies for human beings: the Enforce Plus, the Clarity, the Restore, the Shield, the gummies. They got starter packs, they got chocolates, they got coffee, they got everything. Send an email to Diana at mikebarrettpets@gmail.com with whatever issue your pet is having or you're having. Should get you on the right medicine, and it should help you. Also, our new partners here are my new friends, the folks over at LifeWave with the X39 patches, the X49 patches. These are awesome, terrific products for your health. I have 3 friends now, two of whom are in this chat, who absolutely swear by the results of these things. You can pick these up. You can go with just the X39, which is the catch-all performance bundle, which is the X39, X49 together. I'm on those. Plus, I'm on the SP6 for balancing my hormones, and it's supposed to help my appetite so I don't overeat, so I have a more balanced approach to nutrition. We shall see. I got 3 patches on me right now. You can sign up, link in the description, lifewave.com/Mike Barrett. And if you want to resell these things yourself to friends and family, go right ahead. You can sign up there too. I know, like I said, 3 people who think these things are absolutely amazing. So I will tell you, give them a try. I'm giving them a try. It takes a few months for them to kick in, but everybody that I know that's used them says they are utterly amazing. In fact, one of my friends who put his mom on the X39 patches for her dementia said her blood work just came back and it's all improved by a significant amount. He said, I don't know what you're doing with your mom, but whatever it is, it's working. So he's going to try to get the doctor involved. Jen, why don't you tell us what is going on over at JenniferFallah.com this week?
If you'd like to contact me, if you'd like to book a reading or learn to do what I do have recorded video classes available. If you'd like to get a healing, go to JenniferFallah.com. We also have Marcy Howell and Susan Gretz over there. Susan does a lot of different readings and things that I don't do. And Marcy can cleanse your house, your people, and, basically make everything okay. Right now is a really good time if you're looking for a mediumship reading to go and get it from Susan Gretz. The veil is thin. It's really easy to connect. So go to JenniferFallah.com today.
And what about the t-shirts and stuff to save the ladies?
Yes, go to patchworkpup.com. Patchwork Pup. I do have some merchandise teamed up with another individual who is trying to save her house. And so we are selling these things for a limited time. This was not going to go on for long. So get on over there. You can click on the item. You can choose either embroidered or screen print. The price will change. Choose your color, choose your size. If you've been thinking about doing it, now's a good time to do it. Also, we are taking donations for a giveaway, which will probably be next Wednesday. I'm not sure. I'm going to cut it off when I feel like I've gotten enough. And you can go to JenniferFallah.com and use the donation button if you'd like to donate to give away. That's going to be screen print t-shirts, just so that we can get more away. And it will be I Survived on God and Gentel 2020 to 2025.
I forget. Did we share who is the donor for those wonderful gifts? Or have we discussed who that is? Or should I not say anything about the name?
There's multiple people who have donated now. They have not told me whether they want me to put their name out. Before I do the giveaway, I will ask.
Okay. Well, we want to thank that person for being a good person, or those people for being good peoples. All right, we're going to get to the questions here in a minute. I've got some news. Jen's got a little bit of a Gentel update. Don't forget, when you get over on the Rumble side of the house, that let me share this. Don't forget, on the Rumble side of the house, that if you give us a Rumble rant or a $5 a month subscription, that you get the added benefit. The subscribe button is in the lower right-hand corner. You get the added benefit of getting your questions answered first before anybody else. We're under a lot of pressure today. We may not get to all of them. Just going to let you guys know because Jen's got readings at 11 o'clock sharp. You also can go to the front of the line if you tell Jen today that she is pretty. Then you'll go to the top of the line as well. So, all right, I'm going to go with the news today. There isn't a lot of news. The good thing about it, though, is it's all good. So basically what I have is, look, I would say pay attention to Bruce from last night. Believe it or not, I'm telling you to pay attention to Bruce because Bruce says this thing is imminent. Issues are being forced behind the scenes. I imagine TNT Tony over on his side of the house, over for the Walmart crowd over there, is saying the same thing to his people, that this thing appears to be done. It's imminent. It's forced. Happy tariff day to everyone because it looks like these tariffs that Trump has instigated that went into action last night at midnight Eastern are going to force this thing through. We are hoping, we are praying, we have our fingers crossed. The latest information I have is it's supposed to go at 11 a.m. Reno time today, that we could still get notifications this afternoon. That is news. That is straight news. That is not any discussions with anybody in here that might be psychic. So I just want you to know that that comes from a completely separate source. I had one person tell me that the dinar rate is going to be between 22 and 28.50. Now, Tony has talked about 28.50 as a contract rate for the better part of 10 years that you can get at redemption centers. He seems to think you can get it at banks. I'm not sure you're going to be able to get it at banks, but lolly-poly, who cares? I mean, it's going to be a good rate no matter what. If that were the case, that would put the dong rate at about half that, or about $11. Now, those are crazy rates, but they would be really awesome if we got those. And the reality is nobody knows what the rates are. Again, the rates are solid on the screens, all the usual stuff you've heard over and over again. It does feel like it is imminent. And if it doesn't for some reason happen today, I would expect it no later than tomorrow as things stand now. I don't want to become the new Bruce or the new Wolvie and tell everybody, oh, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. But that's what people are telling me. So I'm simply coming back and repeating what people are telling me. I've had other people tell me over the last few months that, Wednesday, Thursday, that's not a day it's going to happen because it's got to happen on the Forex on Friday. I don't know that to be true or not. And here's the one thing that is really interesting is it does seem that we kind of thought we would get our appointments first and maybe have a week or two to exchange. And then they would go with a public with a public rate on the Forex. I think maybe that they have eaten up all that time with shenanigans. So I think they can't do that now. Now I think it's all going to go at once. So that's kind of what I'm hearing on my side of things. Also, I want to clarify something. Somebody asked Mark Z yesterday about what do you think about Mike Barra saying the dong rate was $4.29. Mike Barra never said that. Jen said a couple of years ago, 429. She didn't even know where the decimal.
That's for the dong. People don't pay attention.
Could be 0.429, which would be 43 cents, which would still, by the way, be an amazingly good rate because that $1 million piece of paper you're holding in your hand would be worth $430,000. That's enough, Jen, for me to pay off everything I owe and my house. So don't be disappointed. Or it could be 4.29. I don't think it's going to be 429, but it could be 4.29, which is an exceptionally good rate. Jen doesn't know where the decimal is. So keep in mind, I didn't say that. Jen said it. I will defend her for saying it. And I suspect when all is said and done, it's going to come out really close to that because I trust the person on my right. So, Jen, the lovely lady with the lustrous hair, do you have any updates? Did you ask any questions today or have any updates for anybody?
It's still imminent. I don't have a lot, but it is still imminent. We're expecting rates to be posted any moment now.
Wow.
Inside information thinks the same thing. And for, somebody in the chat saying, Jen, how can you be talking to Jesus and the archangels and be wrong for years? Well, first of all, numbnuts. You haven't been paying attention. That's where we get the Gentel confirm phrase. It's because there has been a lot of information. You don't know anything about how psychics receive information. It's not that Jesus and God's divine archangels are wrong in any way. It is the receiver. It is how clean a vehicle you can be. Can you get out of your own way? Can you receive that information? That's all on me. And if I've been wrong, I've never had a problem with that. Also, it's just not probable that I could get this information time and time and time again, and everybody else who doesn't listen to me gets the same information after the fact. And we're all lined up in agreement behind the scenes. You people don't have the information that a lot of the truthers have and cannot talk about. So you don't know. But as far as Jesus and the archangels, they're never wrong. That would be me.
There's one other thing too, which is that these are the affairs of men. Another psychic before I met you described it to me as these are the affairs of men. That's what her angels told her. All these guys can do is take a snapshot of where does it stand right now if all of the men who are supposed to do things do what they are supposed to do. Then it'll be Wednesday. So they don't control us. We have free will. God gave us that. It says so in the Bible. So what Jen is relating to you is what is most probably going to happen if nobody changes their mind. People change their mind. There's 8 billion souls on this planet. Okay, that's why. The angels are never wrong. Jen is never wrong. She's relating to you exactly what they say, and they are telling you what they hope, believe is the truth based on the world as they see it at that snapshot moment in time.
Yes, the choices of man can change the timeline and what that looks like. Just like in your life, you can either choose to get up and carry on, or you can choose to spend the day in the dark, in bed.
Sometimes
how your life turns out for you is an accumulation of choices. Now, when you have something that is happening on such a large scale worldwide, there are many choices of men.
Yeah.
And that is what has happened. It's not that it is not happening or it is not true or that the current timeline or the current deadline is incorrect. It's that along the way, this is a hard fought war and they have made choices according to what obstacles they have on how to proceed, and it moves the timeline. So first of all,
and there are
don't bite the hand that feeds you.
Yeah.
Don't be ungrateful for your free lunch. You show up and listen to all these truthers, and they're doing their best to give you the information as of this moment in time. And all the psychic people trying to receive the information that they can get, depending on how clean their vehicle is. It's all interpretation of energy and turning that into language. Okay? So,
yeah.
I don't know what to tell you.
I mean,
you either got the stuff, you either got the strength to make it across the finish line, or you don't. And right now, we're all going to rise like a phoenix from the ashes any moment now. And the moment will come.
And again, the source that I like the most, trust the most, just said, look, there's no way this cannot happen. It will happen. Keep in mind, there are literally millions of human beings involved in the execution of this process. Any one of them could theoretically stall it, delay it, create a problem. Everyone has to be in alignment and or not in a position of power. I've even been told that if I said the wrong thing, I could affect whether it goes or not. Bullshit. Okay. But there are people who are in positions of authority who can make changes. All right, Jen, let's get to the questions. We got about 30 minutes. I'm going to go through the Rumble rants first, if you don't mind. We'll start with Nikki, $5 Rumble rant. She says, will I find peace and happiness with the news I received today, or will I be a little disappointed in what I receive? I'm very nervous.
I do think it's kind of a disappointment.
It's kind of a disappointment. Sorry about that. Mindy Martin, Rumble Rat, $5 says, Jen, will I lose my paid for house to foreclosure due to a code violation?
No.
No. Good. That's awesome. That's awesome. Shorty 51. That is a $5 Rumble Rat. Let me see if I got her in here. No, apparently I don't. Says, hi, Mike and Jen. Laura here. Thank you for everything you both do. You're welcome. Jen, you are amazing. We know that. Mike, did you see on the chat about the bills that they are trying to pass about our gun rights in Nevada? Thanks again. Well, thank you for the $5 Rumble round. There's not really a question here, Laura. I did not see anything about new Nevada gun laws. I know that President Trump has expressed a desire to have concealed carry reciprocity across all 50 states, which we should have. Lisa J. Let me see if I've got Lisa J over here, because if I've got it highlighted, I like to show it. I don't see Lisa J over here, but she gave us a $5 Rumble rant. She says, Jen, you are so pretty. It's Lisa J. I have a new job starting 4/22. Do you see me reporting for my first day of training? Starts on the 22nd this month. Will she report or will she blow it off is what she wants. That's a sneaky one. Is the RV going to happen question.
As of this moment in time, and if nothing changes, I see you making a call saying you can't make it. There's an MDS on one of the YouTube channels that needs to go. It's just a troll. Liar.
Bye. Okay. Enough with that. All right. Birdie 53, $10 Rumble rant. Thank you, Birdie 53. You're beautiful, Jen. My name is Lorna. Will my son Jason be able to go on vacation with my husband on the 26th of April?
Yes.
Okay. Lisa Casella, $5 Rumble rant, says, hi, Mike and Jen. My mom died in February and my dad died in 1999. Their names are Roberta and Nick. Are they together watching over us? And are there any messages? Thanks. You're beautiful. That's Lisa.
Oh, absolutely. Lots of love pouring in from them. Michael says that they are together, and even more loved ones standing behind them. That, everything's totally fine with them.
Okay. $10 Rumble rant. Marcos, Markos, $10. Thank you. What is happening with my stomach and colon? I'm having pain. Can you see what's happening or what I did wrong?
You have a blockage. You're going to have to get something in there. We don't want that to stretch out and create diverticulitis. You need to get something to get that moving. There's not enough water or fluid in there.
All right. Get to the doctor too. Debbie, $5 Rumble Rat says, "Hi Jen, it's Debbie. I lost my property POS. Do you see where I will be living?" Debbie wants to know where she's going to be living. I don't know what the POS means.
I see a friend or family member. I do think it's a man. There's a woman standing behind him that come in to help you out temporarily, but then you move out on your own.
Good. Justina C, $2 Rumble Rant says, "Hi Jen, you do look pretty today. Will I get in a med bed before I need surgery soon on my left shoulder? Thank you always." That is Justina. Probably not. If it's just a shoulder, it's not life-threatening.
I do see you making arrangements for a surgery sometime like in June. But then because I think your appointment is more like in August. So that's up to you.
Okay. Frederica, thank you again. $5 Rumble Rant. Jen, do you see Navia and I in Atlanta next month? I've been watching. I'm just struggling with energy and speech. Frederica, do you see her and her daughter Navia in Atlanta next month?
Yes.
Belandi, $1 Rumble Rant. Thank you, Belandi. Makana J, Janelle, $10 Rumble Rant. "Hi, Mike and Jen. Jen, this is Janelle J. Do you see me on my last day of both jobs? And do you have a weekly time period when that happens that you can share?" In other words, we don't know when the RV is going to happen. But okay, so what is Janelle J? Can you see her last day on the job? 2 jobs.
They're a week apart. I believe it's the 3rd and 4th week of May.
Patriot Sonia, $1 Rumble Rant. "Hi, Jen. Will I be moving into my own place in May?" Sonia.
Her own place, what was the last word?
Will she be moving into her own place in May?
Yes, absolutely. Thumbs up.
Okay, the original Patriot Ranger, $5 Rumble Rant. Thank you. "Hi, Jen. Robert here. Will my son Chris's divorce be final? When will my son Chris's divorce be finalized?"
June.
Waves of Grain, $5 Rumble Rant. "Hi, Amber. I just lost my job on Monday. Will I find my forever job anytime soon?" Will Amber find her forever jobs?
I can't really tell you that. What I see is that coming up, you're going to make a decision about what you'd like to do forever. So I do see some downtime,
Okay.
and then some choices being made. Redirection.
Laura says, $5 Rumble Rant says, "Jen, you are beautiful inside and out. When do you see my daughter and I going into a med bed? Going into a med bed?" I posted the bills on the chat again. Okay. June. Jennifer Brusco, $10 Rumble Rant. Thank you, Jennifer. "Hi, Mike and Jen. Jen, you're beautiful inside now. I was wondering when I'll be moving and where. I'm in Connecticut right now." Or where in Connecticut, maybe. I don't know. Jennifer.
I do think it's another state. I do think it's south of you. It's not very far.
Okay. Marshall, $5 Rumble Rant says, "My name is Marshall. Do you see me quitting my job this summer?"
Yes.
All right. Jen Chandler, $5 Rumble Rant. Is 2025 the year for a divorce, RV wealth, and for great healing for my daughter's surgery?
Way to pack in an entire reading in one question.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
So we got RV, divorce, and what?
Great healing for her daughter's surgery.
All yeses.
All yeses. Good. All right, let's go through the YouTube stuff. Good morning, Jen and Mike. Stray dog came to my house on April 1st. She is safe. I put up flyers and posted on lots of lost dog sites. Will I reunite the dog with her family, and how long will it be?
Yeah, they come. They come to get her.
They come and get her. Yay! She gets to go home. Poor little lost doggy. Hi, Jen and Mike. When do you see my husband Darwin in a med bed? Thank you, from Dorothy.
Late spring. So I think I'm mid-June.
Okay.
Right before it ends.
I'm sorry, late June, you said?
Mid-June.
Right? Mid-June. Robin says, I don't trust doctors. Do you see a med bed appointment in the future?
Yes, but there are a couple things you could go in and get some help with right now that would, and you'll be okay. But
Yeah.
there's something they can give you that would stop some of the symptoms and then.
Mary D says, hello, Mike and Jen. I'm Mary from New Hampshire. Thank you both. You always send beautiful love and light. Jen, will my medbed appointment still be the end of April or so if the RV has not happened?
That's pushed off into May, and I'm seeing about mid-May now.
Yeah. And, you know, the
everything shifts when they have more delays.
Yeah, the med beds happen after the RV. So Love Trumpy says, smash that like button. Yeah, that's one of the better things you can do to help the show is like and subscribe on YouTube and Rumble and all that stuff. Cooper D says, hello, Mike and Jen. I'd like to know how special my 6-year-old daughter Liv is. She seems to be very intuitive and knows things. I guess he's asking if she's a little bit psychic.
Well, how special is your daughter? She's priceless. But she is intuitive. She is a medium, clairvoyant.
Wow. Agent Otter says, hi, Jen and Mike, Joan and Greg from Ontario. Last week, Jen, you confirmed purchase of our house at 1086 Country Road 14. So excited. Do you see a closing timeline? Like, when do they get into the house?
I do think it's in the summer, like midsummer, but to be exact on the date, I'm not going to be able to do that today.
Yeah. You know, I'm looking, I started looking around at real estate yesterday a little bit, just in case. So Nancy Forrest says, hi, Mike and Jen. We are moving into a new home next week. Will we be happy there?
Yes. Very good energy with that. Yes.
Good. Carolyn says, I just sent 4 years of taxes into the Fed and the Department of Revenue. Does everything look okay, and will the notices now stop?
Yeah. Yeah.
Good. Can ever find you on Rumble, and I'm a subscriber. Real News Live with Mike and Jen is the name of the channel. That's the name of the channel. Melanie is here. Hey, friends. Hi, Melanie. How are you? Hope everything's well. Kathy Mayhall. Jen. By the way, it's Jen with one N, not two N's. Right, Jen? One N?
Either way, Jennifer has 2 N's.
I know, but Jen has one. Anyway, a home I fell in love with last year went off the market and came back up yesterday. Is that the home I actually buy now? It's 3 Timor Street in Stuart, Florida, if that helps. So Kathy wants to know if the house came back up on the market for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Deborah Dyer. Hi, Mike and Jen. Jen, could you please tell me if you see me buying the property at 8767 Snow Camp Road in North Carolina after the RV or someplace close to there?
It is somewhere close to there. I think I'm like 3 miles away from there, is what Gabriel said.
Wow, cool. Gary, good morning. Jen, do you see me exchanging at a military air reserve station? God bless you. Is that where Gary's going to exchange?
I do think you go onto a base for that.
Kayla Marie says, "Hi, Mike and Jen. Love your show. I was laid off on Friday. I'm sorry to hear that. Just wondering if God has a lesson reason for it and if I'll get another job before we RV. My name is Kayla. She's stressed about money."
You will get another job if you need it. It does look like you need a break. Sometimes, things seem like tragedy, but we write in these breaks. You will be okay.
Robin said, "Mike wanted to say thank you for Mike Bear Pets. You're welcome. They recommended 1/2 mush ponies per day for my dog Ryder based on his weight. He is now walking." That's great. Mush pony. Yeah, mush ponies sometimes work for doggies. That is amazing. And the mush puppies are good too. But interesting. Good. Kristen and Diana know whereof they speak. Karen says, "Hi, Mike and Jen. Karen Sin here. Jen, can you see if my sisters Peggy and Denise moved from the west coast of Florida to the east coast of Florida?"
There is a move for them, yeah. So yes, I do think that happens.
Okay, Sheila wants to know when her lung issues will be gone.
I think you got another month with that. I would boost the immune system somehow to help with that healing.
Yeah.
Slow.
Okay. Christine Packer says, "Jen, was it arson on the cat farm that burnt down in Long Island and killed all those cats and its owner, Chris?" Wow, I didn't hear about that. That sounds like something that made me really sad.
It was kind of an accident. I do think there were kids doing something. I see like a teenager, so I don't think they meant to do that, but I think something started on fire.
Oh, that's a tragedy.
Maybe they were smoking or something.
Oh, God. Can you imagine?
Fireworks.
Can you imagine causing something like that? I'd feel terrible for the rest of my life. Leslie says, "Could you tell me who my guardian angel is?"
It sounds like princess or something like that, but I don't. Prince, just call him Prince. It's a weird name.
Let me double check see if there's any more Rumble rants. There are, in fact, more. Tiger 2121, a $20 Rumble rant, says, "Hi, Jen and Mike. Do you see my daughter Jenna getting good news this month of April? Will Jenna get good news?"
Twice.
Twice. Amir, $5 Rumble rant. Thank you, Amir. "I was wondering if my Zim are actually authentic, redeemable, and which one of my bonds will have the highest value at redemption." I don't know if we can answer the bond question, but Amir's worried that his holdings may not be authentic.
I do think that most of your Zim are authentic, yeah.
Okay. Farmer 10968, $1 Rumble rant. "Hun, we need your real name, but I'm going to try it anyway. Jen, will I buy the house at 6 Edgewater Court after the RV?"
Yes.
Beth, $5 Rumble rant, says, "Hi, Mike and beautiful Jen. I found another property in Banner Elk, North Carolina with 2 houses. Do you see me buying this house?" Thanks.
Not that one.
Beth, not that one. Gary 7 says he joined late. He's number 99. Clicking like. How is everyone? Well, let's get clicking on that stuff. Okay. Hey, Sean. I have just a piece of advice for you for the rest of your life. Be less of a fag. Okay.
I don't think we're supposed to use that word anymore.
Did I
But
say that out loud? No. Trump signed an executive order saying it's okay to call people gay and retarded. I
stop it.
have a picture of him signing it. You can call people gay and retarded now. Pamela says, my dad passed 6 months ago. Does he have a message for me or my mom?
Pamela G. Dad. I'm listening, first off. You're all going to be okay.
Good. Okay, we only have about 5 minutes left before we got to let Jen go. Will I get fair prices? Zena wants to know. Will I get fair prices for the antiques I want to sell at the Antique Roadshow this weekend?
Not as much as you think. I feel like it's like you get, it's all right. But I think you're kind of disappointed with a couple items, and you might hold a couple back.
Those are the kind of questions I like, Not RV questions, not sneaky RV questions. Although those questions do sometimes help us get timelines.
Yeah, but it's kind of a boring show when it's all, will I get into a med bed and will I buy a house?
Yeah. But that's okay. I realize these things are important to you guys. Linda says, when will I get a med bed appointment? And I agree, Jen, you look especially glowing today.
Thank you. I'm in June, and I think it's the beginning of June.
Okay, we already asked that question. Thomas Stevens says, Jen, do you see anything under the Sphinx on the Giza Plateau? Yes, you are beautiful.
Let me look. Yeah. I see these staircases, and they go down to like catacombs, way down. And then they lead to an entrance to something else.
Now, these new pillar things they think they've found, or whatever they are, these shafts underneath the Great Pyramid, is that a legitimate find? Like, there's really something structural down there?
Yeah, I looked the other day. Can't remember what reading. I think it was my reading show.
Okay.
It's like, God, I don't know what to call it. It's like fairy energy.
It's an energy system. Okay.
Yeah. There used to be these big crystals on the top.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just kind of like, it was free energy. And I see that Egypt was lit up at one time.
Wow. Joe and Yvette, he and his wife, lost their cat yesterday. Will he come back, and where can I look for him?
He is in the area hiding. I see him under bushes or something. So go ahead and put the cat box out, put some food out.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's afraid. I don't know if there's dogs in the area or something else, but he's afraid to run back to the house.
So she's right. If you put the cat box out so he can smell, they can smell it sometimes as far as 5 miles away, their own box, and put out some food, some tuna, and then, get a tracker for your kitty. If he's going to be an outdoor kitty, unless he escaped, get a tracker for him. I have my friend Kimberly Reck. She watches her cat all day long, roaming around the woods, everything that he does. She knows exactly where he is at all times. Chris wants to know if he will make it through my bankruptcy and the RV. Okay. Both. No. Stop scratching your ear. Sorry, I had to correct my kitty there.
No.
She won't buy the house. Okay. Okay. Scott says, we lost our Rottweiler Brooke a few years ago. Does she have any messages for us?
She wants to tell you that she has friends at home, and she's all excited about it, how they're playing and everything. And then, but she does come back and forth to see you.
Okay. Okay, Mary. I believe she means, spirit guide. Mary wants to know the name of her spirit guide.
Anthony.
Clara wants to know if you see her and her hubby Wayne moving to Knoxville, Tennessee, or Midgeville, Georgia.
Knoxville.
Knoxville. Tom Reed's in Knoxville. It's a nice place. Kathy says, will my sister Anita be moving to Nova Scotia in the future?
No.
Okay. Jen, do you see myself, Cheryl, and my husband, Stephen, getting approved for our humanitarian project?
2 of them. 2.
You stop that, Miss Fluffy Muffy. Damn it. Jen, this is Dennis with the liver issues. I'm home now. I just wanted to thank you and all of the prayer warriors that sent me their
good.
Issues. It means so much to me.
I'll keep doing. I've got you on the list. I'm going to keep it up.
Okay.
So glad to hear you're doing okay. Special family.
Okay. Okay, Jen, you're beautiful as always. Donna here. Do you see me doing well at the RV to be a humanitarian without humanitarian funds?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Without a project.
Yeah.
Nine digits.
I picked you. You didn't have to put it in there twice. All right, one more question, and then we will get out of here. Let Jen get a break before her reading. Laura Mill says, "Sorry, another house question. Do you see my house selling in the next 2 months?"
Yes.
Good for you. Yes.
At least you get an offer within the next 2 months, and it's really more like a month and a half, a month and 3 weeks.
Mike, I read on Facebook that people are seeing a gargoyle-like creature flying by the mountains south of Area 51. I'll keep
Awesome,
my
get it
eye
on
out
video.
for it. Yeah, I'll keep my
Let's
eye
look at
out
that.
for it. I got a 22 rifle in there. I'll take him out. I'll take him out and shoot him down. All right,
Weird
guys,
and freaky news. We love that.
Breaking news, exactly. Thank you, guys. That is going to do it for us. We appreciate each and every one of you. I will be back tonight for Whiskey and Wisdom with the original Mark Z. And then tomorrow I'm doing an update show on the Disclosure Experience 2025, which is the long weekend. I got 2 weekends coming up, one in May, one in June, with Laura Eisenhower, John D'Souza, Tom Reed, JJ Ainsworth, Marina Sarin, Brooks Agnew, 2 different weekends. We're going to do a little thing with that with Doc Skinner tomorrow. I'll make sure you get those links in the Telegram chat. And then I'm getting surgery tomorrow. I'm having a little minor surgery. And I got something going on Friday. I'm getting my heart looked at, echocardiogram on my heart. I got a busy week. I'm going to be doing all kinds of stuff. Jen, what's your schedule
I see what you're doing.
look like?
I didn't know
I just have a
about
little.
this.
I just have a
Yeah,
little.
I see it. It's taking a little
It's
thing.
just a little thing.
That'll be fine. It's not a big
Jen,
deal.
what's your schedule like the next couple days?
It's jam-packed.
Yeah, going
Jam-packed. Like as far as shows and
going to
stuff.
the redemption center besides cashing in.
Yeah, it just depends. Yeah, it depends on what happens. But like
Right.
right now, I'm just catching up. Lots of healings, lots of emails. Everybody, if you emailed me, I'm getting to them. I'm chipping away. Okay, sometimes I get flooded, and this last weekend I got flooded.
Yeah.
So I'm catching up. I'm getting everything scheduled. And then I just gonna just work, and then have a nice weekend.
Now, my echocardiogram on Friday, where they're gonna scan my heart, I'm not gonna have to have like bypass surgery or anything, am I? I mean,
It's
am I?
good news. You're okay.
Yeah, you told me in my year ahead reading I wasn't gonna have any major health issues this year. So.
No, it's. They might say, well, let's keep an eye on this or that, but it's not a big deal.
Yeah, good. All right. Thanks for being here, guys. We appreciate you. See you tonight on Whiskey and Wisdom and Bad Dating Advice from yours truly, Mike Barra. I already have my whiskey lined up for that show. So I'm not going to drink it now, though. So everybody, see you then. Have a great one. Stay strong because this thing's coming one way or another.